Everyone loads their barrow differently. I'm using the MK4 which is a real big barrow. It's got a wheel that takes the shock out of it as you're going along and takes loads of kit. Now first of all, I put my camera bag and everything in that pannion in there, just unzip that. All my waterproof clothing and stuff goes in there, my camera tripod, a little rake I've got, all the sort of stuff where I'm not going to go to very often, that goes in there first. And then my bed chair goes on legs at either end like that, that slots perfectly into that position, and then I basically build everything up on top of my bed chair. So I've got my cooking bag with all my food and everything goes on there, and then 4 of those tracker buckets fit perfectly next to that, and that covers up the top part of the bed chair. And then on the back of the barrow across here, I'll put my bed chair buddy, and then my unhooking mat goes on top of that, and I might throw a pair of boots and all that sort of thing in that little gap as well. I don't tend to use the stand that comes with it that your rods go on, because a lot of the time I've got 2 rod bags. I've got one with my marker rod and everything in it, and I've got my fishing rod one as well. And then my bivvy goes down the centre. So once it's fully loaded like that, I'll just check that it's nice and balanced. Water bottle goes right on the front. That gives it a little bit of extra weight over the wheel, and that's what makes these carp portals so good. All the weight is going over the wheel, so you're not lifting everything, it's basically balanced. So once it's all gone on, I've got a couple of guy ropes. The bungees go over the top like that. They're made for the job over the top of it. You could put a cover over the top of it as well. They do supply those, but I prefer to just get to me swim and then get it all unloaded. So that's that one. Daryl uses a completely different one to me. He uses the Mark II puncture proof. It's a smaller barrow, and the puncture proof wheel is much thinner, so it cuts through the grass better. It's a little bit more unstable in the mud, but it does push along a lot easier. Now he loads his differently to me as well. He's still got the pannion in there, and all his bank sticks, buzzer bars, his pegs, all that sort of stuff goes into that. And then on top of that, his bed chair goes on, but it goes on the other way round, so the legs are on the outside. He doesn't use these side bits on here. That reduces the weight as well, and basically his bed chair forms the space that all his kit goes on. He's got a big tracker barrow bag, that goes on the front, and then a bivvy goes down the side of that, and then he's got his cooking bit at the back and his unhooking mat in the remaining space. So basically he builds it up just like I do, but in a different configuration. And then on top of that, both his rods go on the top of there, straps go over, and he's off. And Daryl's known for fishing off his barrow. So basically if he's chasing the fish around, he'll keep all his available stuff in that pannion, and then he'll just go round to a swim, won't set anything up, a couple of rods out, maybe get a bite, the fish have moved off somewhere else, round again on the barrow again. And he said the more loaded someone's barrow, the more I like it, because I can move around really quickly and get on the fish before the guys have even thought about packing up. Now I've been quoted in the press of saying this is probably the best bit of tackle that's come out in the last 20 years, and I stand by that, because the amount of gear that you can put on one of these means that you can go to the swim in one go, you can move easily. How we used to carry it, I just will never know. Those are the barrows from Carp Porter. I wouldn't go fishing without one.